what does a Canadian child protection activist who's standing behind me and Elon Musk have in common? Well, they just secured, along with their legal teams, a massive win for free speech that's come out of Australia. I'm Drea Humphrey with Rebel News, about to interview him about this story. Many of you know this face behind me, standing on Vancouver's Granville and Georgia corner. His name is Chris Elston. He's a British Columbian man known better as Billboard Chris, for wearing peaceful signs and having peaceful discussions with people about the harms of transitioning children and gender ideology. Now, I say peaceful, but unfortunately, sometimes he is attacked for that message. But this time, he was attacked through censorship by Australians' online safety commissioner, Julia Elon Grant, who censored him after he publicly critiqued a trans activist from Australia named Teddy Cook for being appointed by the World Health Organization. Now, both Elston, who I said is better known by Billboard Chris, and Elon Musk took that to task and have secured a precedent-setting win for free speech. Elston tells you more.
Yeah, I was down in Australia earlier this year, a few months ago, for a 5-day trial about one of my posts from February of 2024, where I criticized the appointment of a woman, an Australian woman named Teddy Cook. She was appointed to the World Health Organization to draft healthcare policy for people struggling with trans identification. She's not a doctor, she's not a health professional. She is a radical left-wing activist who herself identifies as a man. She promotes bondage, bestiality, drug-fueled orgies, all sorts of crazy stuff. So naturally, she was appointed to the World Health Organization. And I called her a woman because she is, and I criticized her appointment. This caused the E-Safety Commissioner in Australia, who I call the E-Nanny. This is a bureaucrat tasked with censoring the internet all across the world for Australians. The E-Safety Commissioner ordered my post taken down, or X was going to face a nearly $800,000 fine. X refused, but they geo-blocked it. I filed an appeal, then Elon Musk also filed an appeal. So his lawyers, my lawyers, we had this appeal this year, and the verdict just came down earlier this week. We win.
Yeah, you won. Now, Julie Elon Grant was trying to say what your post was abuse, basically online violence. But in that ruling, they disagreed. They said it was offensive, but it wasn't abuse. Why do you think there are so many who think that critiquing gender ideology or what you critiqued is abuse?
Well, in these left-wing governments, we have trans activists trying to shut us down. So they deemed my post to be cyber abuse. But according to the legislation, there needs to be intent behind it. And then it needs to be intended to cause serious harm or serious distress. Now, what is that? The E-Safety Commissioner brought in their own experts to try to debate this point. But virtually every single point that they made legally was shot down by the Deputy President of the Administrative Tribunal. And this was really a crushing victory for us, and it really set a precedent for Australians where they can call a woman and call a man. The Deputy President ruled that obviously I was not intending to cause harm to Teddy Cook. I didn't even tag her in the post. He also ruled that in the ruling, adults are expected to have some resilience. It's not like when they first drew up this law for kids, which is how they always start this. But he looked also at the context, at the consistency of my campaign. And literally in the ruling, he quoted my own testimony where I said, I don't think it's kind, loving, ethical to lie to a person. I don't think it's kind or truthful to tell a woman she's a man or to call a man a woman, and that this has implications for the safety of women and children, as we've seen with the madness of gender ideology. So it was fantastic because we're allowed to tell the truth about these things. It's not hate to misgender someone. The only people misgendering anyone are the ones calling women men. And in a lot of these European countries, even though the medical bodies and a few of them have made progress, gender identity ideology is still being pushed. Germany just passed a law where it's now a criminal offense to misgender somebody. So we still have a lot of work to do, but we're reaching the people. That always comes first, and we're just going to keep reaching them. I'm never going to stop having one conversation at a time about the greatest child abuse scandal in modern medicine history. the business of giving kids puberty blockers, cross-sex hormones, and surgeries in a fruitless effort to try to change their sex.
Well, there you have it. Chris Elston, better known as Billboard Chris, and Drea Humphrey for Rebel News. Well, it was a win for free speech, but Canada still has its hands full as the Liberal government continues to want to pass censorship laws. You can find out all about that and how to fight it at our special website called stopthecensorship.ca.